Peace be to you all. Assalamu alaikum. Omar here. Today I wanted to talk to you guys more about mental health, because it's Mental Health Awareness Month, which goes from May 1st till the end of May 2023. And as a physician assistant, now called a physician associate and a health educator, I work with a lot of elderly folks. Places where I've worked is internal medicine, so it's just with adults, so anywhere from 18 to 118. But most of the patients that I treat are my age, are older, so mid-50s or older. I think I've got several that are in their 80s and a couple that are in their 90s. And one of the things that I think is going to happen in the U.S. is we're going to have a lot of elderly who are homeless, because there are some mental health issues that coincide with the older population. Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, maybe chronic alcoholism if the person's still alive in their 70s and they still have problems with alcohol and it's affected their brain. So we're going to see a lot more folks out on the street. So here in DC we have a burgeoning population of homeless, and I talk to these folks, and a lot of them just don't have a support network. Some of them have outlived their children, or they're strained from their adult children, and they don't have the cognitive awareness or even the social awareness to know how to secure social support like housing and things like that. Our mayor and our city leaders do what they can, but really there's only so much you can do. So I see people in hospital gowns. When I was in the ER, I'd see elderly in and out of the emergency room, especially on cold days, because they wanted a place to stay, and they knew, well, if I can go in the hospital, even if they had mental health problems, they had the understanding that if I go into the hospital and say I have chest pains, I'm over 60, so they think I had a heart attack, and that's good for at least a night. I could stay the night or stay, a few days maybe. And it's sad to see, but we're going to see more of that. I talked to an elderly woman whose husband had died, and he was her entire support, and she didn't have the financial means to take care of herself after he died. All of the money went to his care. He had a chronic illness, and it was really sad to see. She stayed in a tent. Well, actually, no, one stayed in a tent, and another one I would see at a local. She was in front of a thrift store, asking for money. But it's I don't know what to do about it. By the year 2030, I saw a statistic that said there will be, for the first time ever, there will be more people who are senior citizens than there will be young people. Yours truly, but if I'm still alive, Lord willing, inshallah, I will be in my 60s by the year 2030, early 60s. But we're going to have, I forgot the exact number, but a huge number of people over the age of 65. I don't know what we can do about it as a society. We have to have safe housing for our seniors, especially those who have mental health problems. There's a medical ethics question of a person's autonomy versus their if they're competent. So autonomy versus competency. So if somebody's alert and oriented times 3, so the person, place, and time, does that, but they clearly have some type of cognitive impairment. But does the government have the right to take them away to a mental institution? We used to do that in the U.S. We'd have the men in white coats would come and put the people in a straitjacket in the buggy. Yeah, long time ago, decades ago. But I don't know if that's the thing to do now. I worked on an Alzheimer's unit. Well, it was the, they called it the senior cognitive impaired protective unit, I think it was. And they had there was a lock on the door, a combination, because the thinking was is that the people who were cognitively impaired did not know how to work a combination lock. So we would keep them on the unit and take care of them. It was a very nice place. Everybody had their own room, and they'd get their food and things like that. But it was difficult working with them. But anyway, I'd like to know what you guys think. What are some solutions to the mental health issue in the U.S. and what is something we could do about it? You could do a few things as a PA and a health educator. All right, guys. So if you want to be a PA like me or a health educator, you can feel free to contact me. I'll leave my emails in the description. I wish you guys the best of success in your positive endeavors. Peace.